But what's up? It's so cold. It's so cold in the B in Baltimore. Oh, really? Like they got the heart machines on full force out here, man. It don't even be this cold until like January. I guess they want to give us a white Christmas, huh? But how y'all guys doing today? I mean tonight. It's called Holiday Potluck Live, and when you notice I put the emphasis on the pot and potluck, right? So grab your roll up, grab your wine, grab some food, some munchies, whatever you got going on right now, and let's get into it. Now, I just wanted to start, next week around this time we'll be winding down and going into the new year. So before all that happens, I just wanted to do a live, one last live. Well, yeah, one last live probably before the new year. You guys, it's so cold in here. But happy holidays to those who celebrate the holidays. Happy holidays to you, and to those who don't, that's your prerogative as well. Now, the topics we're gonna be covering, what I'm gonna be covering tonight, because I wrote them down. I did write them down, man. So for one, conspiracy topics and a mixture of current event topics. So tonight we're gonna be talking about, of course, we're gonna talk about Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez. That verdict just came out, so that's a good time to talk about it. We're gonna talk about DJ Twitch. We're gonna talk about Columbus Short and what he had to say about that whole ordeal, and I'm gonna be elaborating on the community post that I did post about Columbus Short. We're gonna talk about Romeo and Master P versus Master P. Romeo is going at it with his dad because I truly believe that Romeo knows something that a lot of the masses may not know, but us quote unquote conspiracy theorists may know. We're gonna talk about Trigger. You know who I'm talking about. I will be, instead of making a whole video about Trey Songz, I might as well just talk about it in this live, because apparently he's still spiraling out of control even after I did a video on him a year ago. So pretty much it's like a follow-up to that video I did, but I don't think that it's worth another video. So I'll be talking about it in this live. We're going to talk about XXXTentacion and the fact that Drake is going to be called to court for this. We're going to talk about Nick Carter and how Aaron Carter was right all along. We're going to talk about Balenciaga and why your favorite celebrities are silent on the situation. We're going to talk about Brittany Griner. And we're going to talk about the mystery of Kim Porter, because a lot of details has been coming out regarding her death. So we're going to be talking about her death. And we also going to talk more about, like I said, I'm going to touch more on current event topics as well. So I thought interracial dating would be a good topic to discuss tonight on this live. BBL culture. I may do separate videos and elaborate more on each one of those topics. We're going to talk about, well, I definitely got to talk about the Tyson Mayweather jab and all of the stuff that's been coming out about it. And also, as I told you guys in my community tab, I want to talk about why are these studs, quote unquote, these stud lesbians are quote unquote deleting their girlfriends. So let's just get right into it. But before we do, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this live and tune in. And also, another thing as well, I want to make a few announcements before we jump into these topics. I mean, barely nobody here, but oh well. I'm still going to keep going as if it's people here. And I'm still going to keep going as if I'm pre-recording this video. So, I do have a few announcements to make. Yo, Shadow Mass 95, when I start these lives more, I'm gonna make you a moderator because you have been loyal. You have been supporting me for as long as I can remember. So shout out to you. I'm gonna make you a mod one of these days when I finally can figure out how to work these lives and all that. But you're gonna definitely get a mod. You're definitely gonna get a wrench from me. You're definitely gonna get a wrench from me, bruh. But let me just get this started with the oregano and the basil. So, as I said in my community tab, next year I'm gonna be doing a shift with this channel. I'm still gonna be talking my quote-unquote conspiracies, but I'm also gonna be doing a lot more stuff on this channel where instead of keep talking about the darkness in our world, I can also give y'all strategies and tips on how I've been coping with it as well. So a lot of health and fitness will be on this channel. Well, not a lot, but like I'm gonna mix it up. You know, give y'all some workouts. In my life, I don't like to talk too much about what I do, but on the side, I'm a personal trainer. So I would like to give you guys some workout routines you can do, some recipes, all that good stuff pretty much. All that good stuff, because they're trying to make y'all comfortable with the quarantine weight. That we're going to talk about that too. So I'm going to talk about that when I talk about Brother Tyson Jazz. But yeah, I will be switching up the content a bit on this channel. I don't want to always talk about doom and gloom all the time, so I'm going to switch it up. So let's get into the topics. Let's get into these topics. Let me just pull up a blunt. I can't say that out loud. My oregano. Just pretend that this is a cigarette. There's a POTluck. So, Megan Thee Stallion, Tory Lanez. As we've been known for the past 2 years, this humiliation ritual has been getting dragged out. And finally, it's coming to a close. Tory Lanez has been found guilty on all 3 counts. And here's my thoughts on this whole situation between Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez. Because I did tell you guys I was going to do a video on Megan Thee Stallion after this trial when this whole situation was over with. I'm still going to do that video. However, I'm going to scrape that video that I first started working on. Because I had got a new laptop. And I'm still trying to convert some stuff off of that old laptop to my new one. But the reason why I want to scrape that video is because I got some other things I want to talk about besides what I was going to originally talk about. But with Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez, here's my theories on this situation. There's no dog in this fight. They all shitty people. Let me give my disclaimer when it comes to them. Megan Thee Stallion, when she first came out around the time frame when it was my last year actively participating in this quote-unquote matrix. When I was just like the rest of the normies, idolizing celebrities and consuming myself with entertainment, Megan Thee Stallion came out doing the edge of that. And I liked it when she first came out. I really did. But when she got with Roc Nation, I was like, oh, she sold out. But then you gotta remember too, when you go back to the Big Old Freak music video, because we didn't start hearing about Megan until like spring 2019. Well, that's at least when I first started hearing about her. And around that time frame, that's when her mom passed away, right? Keep that in mind. And when you watch the Big Old Freak music video, I feel like she had already, then she signed to, Megan is when it comes to her label. She signed, it's so many people in her bag. She got 1501, who she's currently, is an upcoming court case with them. She has 300 Entertainment, which is a 360 type of deal, type of situation. with Atlantic Records, partnership with Atlantic, quote unquote partnership, where Atlantic Records is the distribution company. But in reality, 300 Entertainment is not a independent label. Still owned by Atlantic. And then of course Roc Nation. So pretty much she got so many people in her bag before she get that money. And then she's not even doing good with streaming either. And then when she signed with Roc Nation, that's when she went up a level with selling her soul. And since then, it's been downhill for her, if you haven't noticed. And then with Tory Lanez, I like his music. And I remember when I first started hearing about him, late 2014, early 2015, a little bit on the edge of when Say It was, when he blew up with Say It. He was featured on a mixtape of a underground artist that I was listening to at the time. That's when I first heard about Tory Lanez. And then when Say It blew up, I'm like, oh, that's the guy from the mixtape that I was listening to. So yeah, I like his music. But as a person, he rubbed me the wrong way. He's too arrogant. And I feel like that's what got him to where he is today. In the situation he's at. Now, of course, there's the conspiracy theory. I gotta close this window, stop smoking a bit. It's too cold out here. My car says 14 degrees. Damn. Now, here's the thing with Tory Lanez. Yeah, his name is Daystar, and I know what that means. So that makes me wonder, like, And I'm gonna get to his dad in a minute. I saw that video too with his dad outside the courthouse. So, Tory Lanez pretty much, prior to this whole situation, I'm going to be honest, when I first heard about it, I kind of believed that he did it because he does have a track record of abuse with both men and women. And then recently, the whole situation between him and August Alsina. So, it does make you, in the beginning, it does kind of make you believe that, yeah, he did it. But as time went on and I saw how Megan was moving, I'm like, And then I saw how the friend was moving, and I'm like, So, I'm not shocked by the verdict. Like I said, I heard the conspiracy theories about how, because I remember too when he released Chicks Tape 4, I think. And I remember how he was complaining about, he was with Interscope. And he was complaining about how Interscope was doing him with that situation. And I remember he called them out and he was threatening to expose them, but never did. And then before you know it, he was out of his deal with Interscope. And then he blew up with Quarantine Radio. Oh, they was not going to let him blow up with that. I feel like they let him blow up with that. But they was going to get him back some other way, shape, or form. And then also they say Roc Nation wanted to sign him. I think that's what he said. And you can't turn down deals in that industry without a price. So, I do believe those theories that that's probably why they were after him. But at the same time, he is a shitty person, so there's no dog in this fight. I don't feel sorry for either party involved. I really don't. Now, yes, it's clear that Megan Thee Stallion was injured in the situation, but I truly believe that the friend, Kelsey, that she shot Megan Thee Stallion. And yeah, Roc Nation, I remember before it was Roc Nation, it was Rockefeller, so Jay-Z really think he's slick. That's all I gotta say with that. He think he's so slick with this shit. So, I know I'm not shocked by the verdict. They was gonna get him some other way, shape or form, for turning them down and turning his back on the industry and whatever. He was getting too cocky. He was too arrogant for them. So they had to take him down and break him down. So that's my whole theory on the whole situation. Now, as far as Megan Thee Stallion's career is going, it's not going to get any better. It's not. Now, they may try to force her on you guys. I mean, they don't need to force her on me. I already made my decision. I don't fuck with none of these artists. But they're going to try to keep forcing Megan Thee Stallion down your throats. But I would say at least by around this time next year, no one would care too much about her. Yeah, he can appeal. But to be honest with you, I feel like it's going to stand the way it is. I truly believe that Rock Nation have a lot to do with this case. You know, though the Brotherhood tampered with this case. Because I truly believe that Kelsey was the one that pulled that trigger. And even the witness said that. They saw Kelsey pull the trigger. But yep, I'm not surprised by this verdict at all. And I do believe that Megan's career is going to take a suffer. And then a lot of people in the industry really not rocking with her. So it's going to be hard for her to find work. Now, I'm not going to get into her sexual, you know, a lot of things came out about her sexual life and all the rappers she smashed and ball players she smashed. I don't give a damn about that. And the reason why I don't give a damn is because I'm not surprised either. Like, they all be passing each other around for ritualistic purposes. And also, I truly believe that Megan is under some heavy MK Ultra. Maybe fans only. Who knows? I don't think people would buy her OnlyFans. I mean, I said fans only. I mean OnlyFans. I mean, some people will. Don't get me wrong. I do think Megan Thee Stallion, she's going to have the support of black women. Especially black feminists. Yeah, that's the site for simps. And I'm going to touch on that a little bit when I talk about BBL culture, too. But, what was I saying about Megan? Black women are going to support her regardless, especially those who live vicariously through her. And black feminists, too, will support it. And when it comes to feminism, that's a different topic for another day. I would love to make a video about feminism. Because women, ladies, we're being played when it comes to feminism. We really are. We are being played when it comes to feminism. Oh, Lord. That's coming too. Or they are trying to force on the masses. They're trying to prepare us for our next president. You know, Willie Brown's concubine. She wouldn't be shit without Willie Brown. Come on now. That's what she owed her career to. And I'm not trying to slut shame her or anything. Like I said, if you're gonna sleep your way to the top, that's you, okay? I'm not the one to judge you for that. But if you are gonna sleep your way to the top, at least have your sugar daddy cultivate your professional skills. At least have your sugar daddy or your sponsor teach you how to get money. And Willie Brown ain't teach her shit. Except for being on her knees. That's all Willie Brown taught her, really. Willie Brown should have taught her how to behave in a professional manner, because she be getting up on these stages like me laughing at like, bitch, it's not funny. What you laughing for? We in a recession that y'all keep lying about. That's a different topic for a different day, too. But yes, what the hell is she laughing about? Y'all keep lying to us about the fact that we're not in a recession. You know what? I wouldn't be surprised if Willie Brown is. I wouldn't be surprised. And just so you know, I'm not trying to rant about politics because I don't subscribe to it. You know, the whole 2020 election between Trump and Biden, when everybody was fighting over the lesser of two evils, I'm just sitting here like, are y'all serious? But enough about that. DJ Twitch. As you may roll on the Ellen Show. I keep losing connection. They probably messing with this live because I'm talking too much. Oh well. So he deleted himself, and I think that the whole situation has Ellen written all over it. Like, damn, Ellen, you just been deleting people out of your life this whole entire year, huh? First, and heck, now DJ Twitch. I don't have too much to say about it, except for Ellen did it. And I'm not surprised by how her response was either. That's all I gotta say. Ellen did it. And then Columbus Short comes out the woodwork, talking in circles about why he possibly did it. Talking about those NFT investments. But honestly, he was saying more than just those NFT investments, because he kept saying Twitch is a good person. The people he was dealing with weren't. We know Ellen. Come on now. We know Ellen. We know Ellen. We know what she is and who she is. If you've been down that rabbit hole. I would love to make a video about Ellen. But the shit I want to say, I can't say it on YouTube. So when I get to 1,000 and I make that Patreon, I'm going to talk about her. I got so much to say. I'm not going to tell you about her origin. But if you know, you know. But anyway, back to Columbus Short. Columbus Short reminds me so much of Isaiah Washington. They both, mighty funny how both of them got blackballed at the height of their careers when they were both on the biggest shows at the time. And they had one common denominator from what I told you guys. Shonda Rhimes. It all goes back to her. It all goes back to her. Like, damn, what the fuck she be doing to these people? Because come on now. Grey's Anatomy been on for damn near almost 20 years. Scandal was one of the biggest shows at the time when Columbus Short, got kicked off of there. And my thing about Scandal is I never liked that damn show. I remember when people was hyping that shit up. And I tried watching it. I remember I tried to watch it on Netflix one time. And this was at the height of the show. I tried to go back to season 1. And when I was watching the episode, I'm getting bored. And people telling me like, oh, you gotta keep watching. I'm like, no, if I don't get drawn in by the first episode, I'm not watching. I'm not. So her energy never sat right with me. And I'm happy I never was into her shows because I was never into Grey's Anatomy either. I just wasn't. But yeah. Him and Isaiah Washington have so many parallels. And I just wanted to point that out. Those two should have a discussion. Just spill all the tea. But y'all not going to spill all the tea. Y'all going to talk in circles. But those two need to have a sit down and just spill it all. Seriously, they really do. Because I know they got so much shit that they want to say so bad. Because Isaiah Washington be talking in circles too about the industry. I can tell he wants to expose the industry so bad. So next, I'm going to talk about Romeo and Master P. So apparently Romeo beefing with his pops, saying that his pops pretty much didn't pay him when he was for his work as a kid, when he was rapping and he had his show on Nickelodeon. I'll get into my disclaimer. And pretty much because Master P had, damn, this whole Twitch situation is bringing out a lot of situations, huh? Apparently it started because Master P posted something about DJ Twitch death, and Romeo commented saying, it's crazy how you can talk about mental health when you wasn't even there for your own child. Pretty much his sister, who by the way, I do believe that was a sacrifice. I do. And I feel like Romeo knows that. And him and his siblings are hurting about that. That's what he really mad about, if we're going to be honest here. And people are saying, you know, that it's kind of hurtful to see. Well, a lot of people are talking about how hurtful it is because they saw how growing up. Oh, another thing too, Romeo also said that they was living a facade. That pretty much they was living paycheck to paycheck, and Master P is not as rich as he claims to be. But my disclaimer though, I used to be a huge Romeo fan when I was a kid. I had his posters on my wall. I remember his show on Nickelodeon. Hey, yo, watch it flow. It's time for the Romeo show. Holla, Romeo's on now. Romeo's on now. Stop what you're doing, cause Romeo's on now. Ready to rumble, missing like gumbo. The Romeo show. Competition, I can't be stopped. I will not quit, cause me and the man made straight hits. So, adi adi yo. It's time for the Romeo show. Holla, Romeo's on now. Romeo's on now. Stop what you're doing, cause Romeo's on. Hey. I used to love, like, pretty much, I was a huge Romeo fan. I loved Romeo as a kid. You know, I didn't think that he sold out prior to me awakening. I thought he was one of the quote-unquote good ones. You know, I thought that he was what they want us to believe Jay-Z and Diddy are, an actual mogul. And yeah, he may not be as rich as they are, but I thought he was doing it the honest way, but apparently he's not. Is that why C Murder's still in jail? Because I've been hearing that talk in the conspiracy world too, that he possibly sacrificed C Murder's freedom. And that's why C Murder's still in jail. And Romeo even mentioned C Murder too when he was going off on Master P. So Romeo knows. That's all I gotta say about that. Romeo knows. But Romeo, you had a choice when you became 18. And you still on TV, so what you had to do? That's all I got for Romeo. What you had to do? But anyway, on to the next subject. Trey Songz. You going out sad, bruh. You just going out real sad. I remember I was on TikTok, because I know, look, when it comes to social media, I don't really do social media, but I do have an Instagram, but I haven't got on it in months. I haven't been on Facebook in almost 4 years now. I haven't been on Twitter in almost 2. And I do have a Snap, but it's personal. But I barely get on those things. But I've been on TikTok a little bit lately, a little bit more. And I was watching the TikTok. I guess it's a challenge where they making fun of his singing now. I'm gonna be honest. I mean, he's a good singer, but he he just do a little too much with the vocals sometimes. But I do. I was a huge fan at one point in time, and I do love his music. But somebody said that damn, with the way all these artists are getting exposed, I'm gonna be listening to no music in the dark. Well, I mean, there's always meditation music. And it's always, you can always support your local artists. I don't know why people acting like they can't support their local artists. Or your cousin. Or your brother or your sister. You don't even support them. But yet y'all be so quick to support these mainstream artists. And y'all keep getting shocked every time a lot of them get exposed. Most of them are demonic. And I'm not even religious. But, you know, they sold their soul to a lower entity. That's why they push these nefarious agendas to us, because they have to. That's part of their contract. That's why a lot of them were depressed. They didn't know what the hell they was getting into. And I believe Trey Songz is one of those people that really didn't. I mean, he was really young when he got in the industry. Like, he was like 19, 20 years old when he got into the industry. So he was just fresh out of high school pretty much. Young, naive. That's how they like him. That's how they like him. That is exactly how they like him. And he just going out sad. So he has yet another allegation where he pretty much fought two people at a bowling alley. He beat up a woman and a man. Both of them. He's just wilding like he's running from something, but he know the deal he made, and he's sick and tired of it. He's sick and tired of the mansion parties. He's sick and tired of that door. You know, the H door. The rainbow door. He's sick and tired of all that. Now he's wilding. His career is taking a hit. He's always angry. He's possessed. MK Ultra. I mean, it's all in his eyes. It's all in his eyes. Oh, back to what I was saying, because it keeps reconnected. We're going to continue to hear more stories about Trey Songz. His career is going to continue to go downhill. Nowhere but down. They want some new meat. You notice that R&B is slowly but surely... I mean, R&B had a big shift in the mid part of last decade. It's blurred between rapper and singer, because all the rappers want to be a singer and all the singers want to be a rapper. And Trey was good at both, really. I love his Let Me Hold That Beat mixtape series. He was good with both. But he is getting too old. So ageism do play a factor in what the industry is trying to do. But also the fact that he's a damn creep and he let that sex symbol image go to his head. That's another thing too. He really fed into his own hype. He got too comfortable. Yeah, he just... Damn, he going out sad. He is going out sad. That's all I gotta say about him. And speaking of slow repercussions, and I guess in a way karma. Well, it is karma, especially I do believe he did do these things to these women. Now, not all of them, but most of them. I believe Kiki. I always did. That is when I really started to notice that he was shifting into some darker energy. It was around that time frame when I started to notice that. Well, a little bit before that, like around 2015. But yeah, we're gonna get a Surviving Trey Songz documentary in a few years. Not even 10. YouTubers already have done their own, but he's very protected. Very protected. His manager is connected to Lyra Cohen. Keep that in mind. But speaking of slow karma, Drake is now being called into question about XXXTentacion in the court of law. And be honest with you, nothing's gonna happen. It's not. Nothing's gonna happen. He's too connected. Now, I'm gonna be honest here. Do I think he has connections to this? Yes. And I definitely think he has something to do with X being deleted. X told us that if he goes, something happens to him. Drake did it. I wasn't a big, and I'm gonna be honest here too, about XXXTentacion. When he was here, I didn't like him. I just didn't. I didn't like him at all. But he didn't deserve what happened to him. Even though these artists make these deals and, you know, they seal their fate with these situations. And yeah, he was a grown man when he did sign his life over to them. But he was really, really young too. So that's how they like him. But he still didn't deserve what happened to him. Takeoff didn't. DJ Twitch didn't. And Aaron Carter didn't either. Oh, I'm about to get into Aaron Carter though. But I know I did say I wasn't going to talk too much about it, but now I have to, especially with the whole situation with Nick Carter. But before I get into that, let me say the rest of my piece with this whole situation with XXXTentacion and Drake. Drake's karma is going to be something serious because he has done so much dirt. Between the kitty dealer allegations, I remember when I talked about that updated flight log, somebody said Drake should be on it. And I said to them, I think he has his own operations. I do. Allegedly. Everything I'm saying in this live is alleged tinfoil hat conspiracies, quote unquote. Don't take what I'm saying as facts. This is just my opinion. You know, these puppets like to sue. Everything I'm saying in this live is nothing but conspiracy, quote unquote. Even though I believe it's true. Allegedly. All of this is alleged. Everything I said in this live is alleged. I'm just going to say that. But we're gonna start hearing about a lot with Drake within maybe 5 to 10 years. It's gonna be a slow effect, and we're gonna start seeing it more when, and also because with Trey Songz, same thing with Trey Songz, ageism, and Drake has been at the top for over a decade when it comes to music. He's pushing 40. They want somebody new now. So they're going to be pushing him out pretty soon. Within a few years. So we're going to be hearing about all his dirt. But they're going to take him down when they're ready for somebody new at the top. That's when it's going to happen. And then, speaking of underage activity, Aaron Carter. Now, when Aaron Carter was here, yeah, he was erratic. Yeah, he was just, you just like, what the fuck sometimes. But everything that he said is starting to come into fruition. Especially in regards to his big brother. If you don't know, Nick Carter of the Backstreet Boys. Nick Carter is currently being sued for SA. And it happened back in 2001 with a fan who was underage at the time, and this fan happened to be disabled. Like, what the yeah, that was definitely a ritual. Like, what the fuck? You gotta be sick. Not only to SA somebody, but to also do it to someone that's able. But that's that industry. That's what they do. And their family sold them. Him and Nick Carter both, because that, allegedly, what was that manager name that he was the manager of the Backstreet Boys and NSYNC and, Lou Pearlman. There are allegations about him being a kidney diddler. And rumor has it is that Nick was one of his victims. And y'all want to get into this industry so damn bad. Y'all want to get into this damn industry so damn bad. Y'all better listen to Jaguar, right? Well, not necessarily like listen to it, but like, look, I have my own. I told y'all about how I've been feeling about her lately. She's not telling no lies about what she's saying when it comes to the industry, but she still got some connections to it. So it's like, I mean, I know that, yeah, I understand why she wants to do it. Yeah, she may be bitter about her career because she was done wrong. She told her story. She also talked about her situation with how a bigger artist tried to, well, not necessarily tried, but did some not tried. They actually did SA her, but it was ritualistically. For ritual purposes. For blackmail. So I understand where all that anger is coming from. And she deserves to tell her story. But she still got connections to it. But I'm still listening. I mean, I may be looking at her a little funny because she did criticize Kyrie about them jabs. It makes me wonder. But I'm still listening to what she got to say. But I'm taking it with a grain of salt now. And just keeping these things in the back of my mind. But Aaron was right. And I do believe that Nick, you really deleted your own brother, allegedly, for no reason. Because now they out to get you. They bringing back all your dirt. So you must feel stupid. They played you, bro. Or maybe you did that so they can get you off because you knew this was coming. I believe he knew this was coming. He definitely knew this was coming. He knew. That's why he did that. So, sadly, that victim won't get her justice because they're going to say it's statute of limitations and Nick gets to go on and perform with the Backstreet Boys again. That's how it's going to play out. That's why he gave up Aaron, because he knew this was coming. And also, Aaron was talking too much. Aaron was talking too much. So, yeah, he had to get rid of Aaron so he can save himself for this situation. And y'all really want to be in that industry so damn bad. Please. And speaking of that, why are y'all false idols not speaking out about Balenciaga? Why y'all false idols ain't saying a goddamn thing about it? Oh, wait. Because they participate in that shit too. That's why they not speaking out about it. They tell y'all who to vote for. They tell y'all what to get mad about, and y'all get mad about it. They tell y'all who to vote for, and y'all vote for them. They tell y'all what to do, and y'all go out and do it. They tell y'all what trends to set, and y'all go out and wear them. I mean, don't get me wrong, some of the trends be cool, but it's some things behind it. And some of y'all are silent about Balenciaga too. Y'all quietly, well, no, I mean, there was people out here ripping up their Balenciaga. There were people outraged about it. But your faves are silent. Like I said, I know why. Mighty funny how they get up in arms about that quote-unquote don't say gay bill, about how they're trying to indoctrinate the kids with LGBTQ ideologies. They get up in arms about anything that goes against the LGBTQ community. They get up in arms about racism. And don't get me wrong, those causes are important too. Well, not the indoctrination of elementary school kids when it comes to LGBTQ studies. That is not. No. I'm not for that at all. I'm not for that. Elementary school kids should not be learning about that. But what I want to say is this. They don't speak out when it comes to trafficking, human trafficking. Or child, you gotta watch how you word it. I'm trying to word it the best way I can, but sexual activities involving children. They get so silent on that. I know why though. Of course they do. Because they want to do that in peace. Allegedly. And I want to talk about Brittany Griner. I'm just zooming through topics. Why y'all didn't show up to her parade? Why y'all didn't show up at her homecoming? Why y'all didn't show up to Brittany Griner's homecoming? And hell no, I would not have showed up to her homecoming if it was here. Why y'all didn't show up at her homecoming? Why? I mean, she got let go for the merchant of death. In exchange, the worst trade in the universe, in history. Damn. Is this the best the WNBA can do when it comes to trade? Let me stop acting like I didn't support Brittany Griner. Which, was a supporter of her talents. I still am. Like, she's still talented. But she's no hero. And I guess most of the population actually agrees with that. That's why nobody came to her homecoming. Damn. Nobody showed up. Well, they said it was like 20 people, but still. It was like a whole arena, supposedly. And nobody barely any people showed out for her. Showed up and showed out for Brittany Griner. Why y'all do Brittany Griner like that? Oh, wait. Because if us everyday citizens did what she did, we'll still be over there. That's why nobody showed up. Enough about her, because really, I don't really care about that damn situation. I said my piece on Brittany Griner already. She's no hero. Kim Porter. Shout out to Tough News TV, because Tough News TV has been keeping his foot on this situation for the past couple years now, and I've been tuned in. So according to him, he has got in contact with some insiders that were related or had connections to Kim Porter that claims that, yes, she was writing a book to expose sister love, and she suffered hell with him, and also that they truly believe that she did not suffer, that the cause of her death was pneumonia. They don't believe that at all. They believe something happened to her. So, according to that, go to Tough News TV. I think I did posted that in the community tab, but if I didn't, I will. But go check out the video on what Tough News TV had to say. All I gotta say about that situation, I got a few things to say about that situation, is a lot of you chicks out here are trying to live vicariously through Young Miami. But little do y'all know, behind closed doors, Young Miami gotta put that strap on. Her eyes are starting to get dead. Her eyes are starting to look dead. A little bit. It's not fully there, but you can see the light slowly going away. That's all I gotta say. Y'all want to live vicariously through that? Go find yourselves, please. Please. If you want that quote-unquote city girl lifestyle, work for it. Don't mooch off for somebody else to get it. And that's the thing about why I really can't stand a lot of these female rappers today. And what I mean by that is I don't enjoy their music at all and what they represent. Because they really are pushing a deadly agenda on young women, especially black women and young black girls who look up to this bullshit and live vicariously through this bullshit. I came across a few TikToks of young women who embraced that sugar baby lifestyle, and it was one girl who posted about her experience and how her sugar daddy pretty much flipped out on her while he lured her on a vacation, and it got so dangerous to the point that she had to get restraining orders against him, and she'd been fearing for her life. And I was looking at the comment section. There was a lot of women who said they had experiences like this too, dealing with older men with money. And there are a lot of women who do. And I know, and even in my real life, I know women who wants to live this lifestyle. But they don't see the TikTok may make the lifestyle look glamorous. Social media, period, makes the lifestyle look glamorous. Y'all false idols push this shit on y'all for a reason. They make this lifestyle look so glamorous, but yet they don't talk about the negative impact that it has, not only on possibly a physical aspect, but also on a mental and spiritual and emotional aspect. They don't talk about that. Oh yeah, I forgot. They want to drain y'all souls. That's why they don't talk about that. They feed off the energy of this planet. And have y'all seen Al B. Shore lately? I have. He don't look the same. He don't. You know, he mysteriously was in a coma for 2 months. He don't look the same. And that's all I got. That's all I'm going to say about that with Al B. Shore. But Tough News TV also touches on the whole situation between him and Kim Porter, and how it was times where she had to warn him to stay away because Diddy was after him. And I truly believe Diddy was part of the demise of his career. Al B. Shore made a classic back in the day. I can tell you how I feel about you night and day. I call that Pretty Boy R&B. Al B. Shore made Pretty Boy R&B. He was the original Pretty Boy of R&B. Well, I mean, there was others before him, but you know, I'm not trying to make this about, like, not trying to bring color in here. I'm just joking. Don't take offense to this, but he had y'all light-skinned dudes feeling some type of way. You know, he had y'all popping back in the day. He was representing for the light-skinned brothers back in the day. He was. And he was a phenomenal songwriter too. And Diddy took all that away from that man, allegedly. Even down to his son. Quincy looked just like him. Looks just like him. Why they ain't have him in the New Edition biopic? That's what they should have got to play his pops in the New Edition biopic. Quincy. That's all they had to do. BET had one job. One job. But they did do a good job on that movie. I'm not gonna lie. They did. But shout out to Tough News TV. Keep your foot on Diddy's neck. Please do so. It needs to be there. It needs to be there. All his dirt is coming out. All his dirt. And he keeps trying to stuff it back in the closet, but it keeps falling. Between Tough News TV, Jaguar Wright, Mace, and all these other artists from Bad Boy. You know what really shocked me the most, but really didn't shock me the most? I was not shocked at all about this. But when Tough News TV talked about all the details in this book that's supposed to come out, he mentioned the whole situation with Usher's mom confronting him, because apparently, I mean, are we surprised about... I mean, we heard those rumors about him and Usher. We heard, sadly. I'll give my piece about that. I think I should, but I grew up on Usher. Usher is one of my favorite artists. He is. And yeah, look, I peeped some things with him too. Trust me. I have. So I know I mean, it's obvious. But I feel like his mom didn't really know that she was signing him over into that industry. She just blindly handed him over. That's probably why she started managing his career. Out of guilt. To protect him. But he still was doing his thing after he turned 18, so you made some type of deal. I don't trust these parents. I don't trust these quote-unquote stage moms at all. I remember with one of his documentaries or whatever, he was having attitude with her. Like, you can tell there's some resentment there about how she just handed him over to them. And I do believe that situation when they gave him his humiliation ritual with the herpes and all that situation, because all of them have it, allegedly. Yeah. I mean, like I said, he did some things too. I'm not fans of either of these celebrities, but yeah, I do. I love Usher's music. I do. But I'm not surprised that, I mean, Diddy told us they was fighting over the quote-unquote Frosted Flakes. And then what really shocked me, though, but didn't really shock me at all, was the fact that, according to Tough News TV, he got Mary J. pregnant, Mary J. Blige. And they portrayed to us for years that they had like this brother and sister relationship, but you gotta remember, in that industry, anything goes. And it was probably for ritualistic purposes too. But yeah, Tough News TV, shout out to him. Keep your foot on Diddy's neck. On Sister Love's neck. But no, don't call his ass no Love. He don't deserve no title of being called Love. Keep talking about some love, love, love. But you got so much blood on your hands, man. All your artists are broke or either 6 feet under in a pine box. Not necessarily a pine box, but you know what I mean. All your artists are either in jail, broke, or 6 feet under. Ain't no telling what you done to your younger artists, because I remember when Brian from B5 pretty much called him out 2 years ago, and he said, trying to protect my innocence in this industry. What you was doing to them boys, or what you tried to do? Because when he said that, I was like, I mean, we do know he likes little boys, so. And I remember at one point in time, he did have another male artist, younger male artist. And then on top of that, then you have Aubrey O'Day coming out saying the reason why she was kicked out of Danity Kane's because she ain't want to do any, it was other things they asked of her, if you know what I mean. Pretty much ritualistic sex. So all his dirt just been falling out the closet. And also, when it comes to Aubrey O'Day, I'm gonna be honest, I think she did some things with him too, because the way they used to argue back and forth on, I used to watch Making a Band too, so I was in high school when that came out. I loved Danity Kane in high school. But the way they used to argue back and forth on Making a Band, you would think, did they or didn't they? Or did they? I believe they did. But, I think she was okay with just sleeping with Diddy. But you know how they do in the industry. They want you to share the wealth amongst the other executives. And she wasn't trying to do that. She wasn't trying to slob down no old white man. No, she was comfortable with the BBC. The dirty Metro. What the ugh. Ugh. I'm gonna be honest though about Titty. He gives me cross-dressing vibes. He does. I think he be cross-dressing doing them rituals allegedly. My tinfoil hat. He just give me them vibes because remember he was too comfortable in that wig when he was drunk on live in that wig and he was singing Travis Scott. And he was flipping his hair back and forth. He was too comfortable in that damn wig and that lace shirt that night when he was on that live drunk as hell. That's why I think he do be cross-dressing in them rituals, because he was just too comfortable in that damn wig. And then he was dressed up as the Joker. He was just too comfortable. But his day is coming. His day is coming. And Kim Porter, she didn't die from pneumonia, allegedly. I don't think she did. I really don't. Okay, in 30 minutes, I'm gonna get off here. Or maybe less than 30 minutes. So now I want to talk about some important topics, current event topics, just to go through. And then I want to end with one very important, something I want to bring awareness to that I've been seeing play out for a couple months. But I'm going to get into these topics. So I want to talk about BBL culture a bit. So in my poll, I did a poll asking, do you think the entertainment industry contribute to that? And a lot, overwhelmingly, 100%, a lot of people say, hell yeah! So many women are going overseas just to get butt injections, and they're coming back in wheelchairs, and they developing diseases from all this type of alterations to their body. Don't mess with God, with what God gave you. Go to the gym and get that. You can get that. Yeah, it's gonna take some time for you to get the butt that you want, but hey, at least you're doing it the natural way, where it won't put no strain on your health. And you notice how a lot of these celebrities that do got those BBL injections are starting to take those injections out. Because I remember K. Michelle said she had to take hers out because it was affecting her health. Y'all do be like, y'all just, when it comes to the entertainment industry, y'all are slaves to that system. I swear. Well, I know a lot of y'all that watch this channel or not, but just to those that may come across it, that may be on the normal side or halfway there, but still kind of indulge in it. Y'all slaves to that shit. Please stop following the entertainment industry. Please. Y'all in every era except your discernment era, except for your detachment to celebrities era, except your I need to find myself era. Y'all in every era but that. But BBL culture is really starting to be problematic. It's starting to be deadly. Why are you coming back in a wheelchair? And it was sad to see that video, like, especially a lot of black women. That entertainment industry is going, they're trying to lead y'all down to the pits, but they're trying to lead you down to the grave where they're going to. Keep following that shit. You know, and I'm not trying to like rant about it or trying to attack people about saying this, and I'm not trying to be harsh with saying this, but when you're living in illusions, living in an alternate reality, trying to live vicariously through someone else, and use these forms of escapism, not being yourself, not living in your truth, or not being true to yourself, and don't have any direction of self, period. Your life isn't going to progress that way. And a lot of people wonder why they hate their lives so much, and they don't try to change it. It's comfortable for a lot of people to live vicariously through things and people. Pretty much, I call it autopilot mode. It's pretty comfortable for a lot of people to live in autopilot mode in life because they want to feel numb. They don't want to deal with accountability. They don't want to deal with self-discovery. A lot of people are depressed, especially since the pandemic. And speaking of that, there's a reason why they push celebrities like Lizzo down y'all throats. There's a reason why and I'm not trying to body shame nobody by saying this either, because I've been there before too. Not just her, but BBL culture in general. Well, no, actually, no, BBL culture don't have anything to do with this. This is kind of leading to my pandemic topic, but there's a reason why they don't want to. They keep trying to promote things like, oh, you fat phobic if you care about your health, or pretty much against not being overweight, because it does affect your health. That's why I had to lose the weight I lost, because it was starting to affect my health. I'll probably get into that topic a little bit more one day, but not tonight. But that's why I had to drop, within the last 3 years, I had dropped 70 pounds. So that, my health played a huge role in why I had to do that. And I've been happier. I have. I really have been happier since. I've been really happy about a lot of things in my life recently. 2022 was a great year for me. And I hope it was a good year for a lot of you guys too. Oh, my bad. But back to what I was saying. Did y'all know that, according to a study within the first year of the pandemic, and this study came out earlier this year, that has been, I would say, the study said over maybe 50% of Americans gained weight, and the average was 29 pounds. So yeah, that's why they pushing this agenda down our throats, because they want y'all to feel comfortable with your pandemic weight, so that way you don't feel the need to go to the gym, work on yourself, rediscover yourself, and then you depend on big pharmaceuticals. People been outraged about not outraged, but people been on the internet just saying some crazy stuff on TikTok when it comes to quote-unquote fat phobia. But they want a lot of people, and I noticed that why do people with these type of takes always have pronouns in their bio? I do seriously think that pronoun situation is a whole multiple personality type connection with that. It's an agenda behind that, and I'll get into that probably one day. But it has a lot to do with multiple personalities. He, she, them, they, the whole pronoun bullshit. Multiple personality disorder is connected to that. I truly believe that. And I'm not trying to say that to be rude or be mean or whatever, but when you sit down and really think about it, like I said, he, she, her, they, them. He, him, he, him. Two different people. She, her. Two different people. Connect the dots with that. That's all I gotta say. They, multiple people, they, them. When somebody want to call themselves they, them, multiple people. Connect the dots with that. You can call me crazy all you want, but it's something nefarious behind that. And I guess when some of these people be saying that nonsense that have pronouns in their bio, I guess the same person, I guess that'd be her speaking instead of she, or he speaking instead of him. When they be spouting out that nonsense, it'd be one of those people, I guess, in their heads. But that's identified with the LGBTQ community and the alliance with that, and alliance with trans people. And I know some trans people that are not cool with that shit. Some are cool with it and some aren't. But I do think it's connected to multiple personality disorder. I do. But back to what I was saying about this pandemic, it did change a lot of things. Like, it really exposed the way a lot of people think. It really exposed the way how a lot of people, society is damn bad. It exposed how so many people are comfortable with not being comfortable in their lives. And it's sad. And then when you try to better yourself, people don't take to, some people, at first they'll be okay with it, and then when they see that you're not down for the same shit you used to be down for, you feel that disconnect there. You do. And it's like, awakenings are not fun. That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say. Now, I really haven't lost friends and family during this awakening, but I have looked at a lot of people in my life a lot differently since awakening. And I'm not trying to judge them at all or down talk on people or nothing like that. I'm not. I'm just saying how I truly and honestly feel. But when you do awaken, certain things that you're down for, you're not down for anymore. And then you realize that those things that you're not down for anymore, that was your connection to a lot of people in your life. And then when they see that you're not down for it no more, that's when y'all start drifting apart. Or when you go around them, that energy be off, especially if they really matrix minded. And no offense to that. I love you to death. No offense to that, but nowadays it just make you want to live in a bubble. And a lot of people have been telling me I've been living in a bubble lately, but since I've been living in a bubble, it has allowed me to focus on myself and what I want and what I need in my life. And I've just been manifesting. I've been praying, manifesting. When it comes to religion, I believe in God. And I don't believe in the devil. Oh, I don't believe in Satan. No, I don't at all. But I do believe that he exists too. I believe both God and Satan exist. Well, Jesus Christ. I believe that both exist. Now, religion, I don't believe in religion at all. But if I had to pick a side between God and the devil, I'm going to choose God. Every time. But I'm not religious. I'm not. But this pandemic really exposed a lot of things. It exposed a lot of things about our system, a lot of things about our society's problem with parasocial relationships with public figures. And when I say celebrities, I'm also talking about politicians too, because I consider them, well, politicians consider themselves celebrities. Look at how they mingle with celebrities in general. They on the same level as well. Same thing with famous billionaires. They're all connected. So influencers too. There's influencers that sell their soul too. And I did start a video about YouTubers that sold their souls. And in that video, I did mention Kevin Samuels, and this was before he passed. And I do believe that he did. I believe that they took him out. Shout out to Bossy Bree TV, because I remember I did that video with her too about Kevin Samuels. I got posted in the community tab. But yeah, there's some things that's been coming out. Speaking of the pandemic, there has been some things coming out about the Mayweather-Tyson jab. You know, it's connected to blood clots. There's been a lot of things coming out about it, about how it messes up your cycle for women, and it's been a lot of stuff coming out. And I hope y'all been, well, I'm sure most of y'all that subscribe to this channel have been paying attention. But I'm sure a lot of people in your life, like your friends and your family and your peers, I'm sure they haven't been paying attention. You have, but they haven't. And it's up to you, or it's up to us to inform them. But at the same time, the question is, I don't feel like they want to be informed. It's like at this rate, it's like beating a dead horse to wake people up. I'm gonna be honest. I kind of gave up doing that a little bit this year, and just been focusing on myself. And in 2023, that's what I'm gonna do. That's why this channel is gonna go in a different direction. I'm still gonna be covering these topics, but I might do that in live form. We'll see how that goes. Well, it's like beating a dead horse at this point. I stopped trying to wake my family and friends up. Half of them come to me when shit pops off and like, so do you believe this? Is this what really happened? Some of them do. But I don't speak on it no more. And some of them are kind of like still in this matrix, and then some of them are like halfway in, halfway out. The ones that's fully in the matrix, I don't even deal with them. Well, what I mean by that is like I don't even deal with trying to wake them up. Like when they be talking, I just like, oh yeah, I be shaking my head. In my head, I be like, are you serious? This all we gonna sit here and talk about? And then when I be like, I don't know these new artists, they look at me like I got 10 different heads. I really don't know. That's why I haven't really been doing videos on these newer artists. I haven't been doing videos on newer artists because I don't know them. I don't. You know, a couple of weeks ago, I finally figured out who the fuck is Glorilla. I remember when somebody mentioned her to me. I'm like, who? They say Gorilla. She got a song with Cardi B. I'm like, I don't know. What the fuck? So I looked at her and I guess she sold. I think she did. No think. She definitely did. Glorilla. So if you out there, if you want to know how I feel about Glorilla, because I just found out who the hell she was a few weeks ago. Judging by what I seen, yeah, she down with them boys. She got a song with Cardi B. That's one. She got nominated for a Grammy, and she just recently came out. That's two. She down with them boys. And I have no interest in even listening to what the fuck she got going on. She just screams low vibrations to me. Her energy just screams all over the place, and I just can't put my finger on it, but that's how the industry likes them, I guess. I don't have no interest in getting to know who the hell this Glorilla girl is, so don't ask me to give my thoughts and opinions. I haven't even heard the song. I didn't even bother to even listen to the song. I know who Ice Spice is, and I didn't even bother to listen to her too. I only know Lotto because I used to watch the Rap Game, and I remember her on season 1. That's how I know Lotto. That's the only newer rapper that I really know, Lotto, because I remember her from the Rap Game. I'm like, oh, she all grown up now, and she sold out. And then I heard recently that she's not really close with her dad anymore, because her dad he played a big role in her career, because I remember him on the Rap Game too, her father. And she's not close with him no more after she sold out. Same thing with Chloe Bailey. Well, I don't even know why. I gave my theories about Chloe Bailey to y'all. But yeah, it's sad though, because I remember on the Rap Game, her dad really was. I remember on the Rap Game, her dad really was trying to steer her away from that industry. Like, he really was trying to keep her in the independent lane. I remember her Vlad TV interview that she did a few years back, and she was talking about how reason why she turned down the Rap Game, because 1, there wasn't enough money for her, and 2, she really didn't want to sign with a major label. So I guess that was more her dad's part with that. But she saw that glitz and that glam, and she wanted to be on top, and she wanted to be on a billboard, so she sold out. It's sad though that she not talking to her dad like that, and they're not close no more, because he really did play a big role in her career. He did. That's how I know who Lotto is, because she was on the Rap Game. And no, I don't bother to listen to Lotto's music. I have no interest, especially because it seems as if she's pushing the agendas. So I have no interest to listen to her music. It's sad that she sold out. That's how I look at it. And it's like nowadays, even artists that were my favorite artists, I have no interest in listening to their newer music. Like, anything past 2020, I really don't listen to anymore. Now, say for instance, if I'm in a car or around people that play newer music, and I may like the music, and I may look it up, the lyrics, and I may add it to a playlist, that's about it. But other than that, I have no interest in waiting for albums to drop, and I don't give a shit. I don't. I don't at all. Like, even from my quote-unquote favorite artists, I don't listen to their newer music nowadays. I just don't. I'm not in that place to listen to that type of music anymore, because most of that music is depressing. Like, nothing but sex, drugs, and talking about taking another dude's chick, or how you just degrading women, and then the female artists are talking about how they tricking off on men for money, and degrading men too. They degrading men in their music as well. And no, let me just run it down. Let me backtrack it a bit. The male artists nowadays, and you can even say the same for the singers that's trying to be rappers too, most of them nowadays just talk about sex, drugs, taking another chick's dude and tricking off on her, and saying I can do this because I'm rich and I got this and blah blah blah. And then they get on me, and then they talk about how they just caught a lick, they caught a lick trying to take somebody out. You know what I'm talking about. I don't know that street talk. I don't care. But you know what I'm talking about. Talking about catching a body, catching a lick. Just promoting murder music. Promoting depression. And even the quote unquote conscious rappers that rap to y'all about the struggle, and then they don't even give you solutions on how to live better. And these be the same artists. Well, the women too. Women talk about how they are looking for a sugar daddy and how they gonna trick off on this man for his money and don't even care about him. Talking about how being a side chick is cool for them, and just promoting music that has no moral values, and people actually live vicariously through this shit. And the crazy thing about it is, most of these artists will get on there and whine to you and talk in codes about how they're not happy with their lives, and they tell you in that music too about how they sold their soul. Oh, they save that type of music for how they sold their soul, for the quote unquote deep cuts, the songs that they're not gonna promote as a single, and it's gonna be in that back catalog. Yeah, I'm talking to you, Chris, about that. Yellow Tape. Well, he's not the only artist. I can give you a list of who else be doing that. A lot of them do that shit. They just sneak it in there and into the deep cuts. But yeah, they talk about all this shit. And I'm gonna be honest here, I used to live for that type of music too. But since I stopped, I've seen some improvements in my life. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying I don't listen to music nowadays. I may go back and listen to some of those songs, but I listen to it in 432 hertz. But I don't get those same now that I'm aware of all the agendas being pushed, I don't get the same feeling that I get from it anymore. But I still do enjoy it here and there. But I don't listen to none of these artists' newer music, and I'm not in tune with none of these newer artists either. Well, I mean, I know who Gideon is, and I love his music. I know who Aaron Ray is, and I love his music. I listen to like those type of artists. Now, I may have my theories, but y'all know who Mars is? I listen to her music. But yeah, I do listen to some of these newer artists, but some of these newer artists, I kind of was on the edge of my awakening. Well, I knew about them like a year or two before. Giveon started becoming popping like a little tiny bit before I started waking up. So yeah, I know who those artists are. I know who Money Long is. Cause I heard that Hours and Hours song so much around a lot of people. So I know who she is. I'm like one of them old heads. They're like, who's that? That's how you talk. I don't be trying to keep in tune with today's music. I really don't. But another thing I want to touch on too. Interracial dating, because I've been seeing that a lot lately too. And I want to say this. How the fuck are you advocating for equality and race and anti-racism and all this other BS, but yet you're against interracial dating? Here's the thing about interracial dating. There's nothing wrong with it. Like I said before in some of my videos, I have dated outside my race, and I still do from time to time. I don't mind doing that. My preference is black women, but I don't mind dating outside my race. If I fall in love with somebody outside my race, it's just that. However, the self-hate comes into play when you down talk your own race to uplift another one. And that's something that I refuse to do. I refuse to do that. I do. So, and I have no desire to do that, because in reality, all ethnic backgrounds and all race of people, they have their own problems. I don't know what it's like to be a Latino woman. I don't know what it's like to be a white woman, or Indian woman, or an Asian woman. But they have their own struggles too, and they are very vocal about their own struggles as well. Black women, we have our struggles too. Our community has a lot of struggles. But we can't, we do, it is some things, I'm going to be honest here, like, we all got to stop going along with the mainstream media's narrative, because like I said before, it seems as if when you watch a lot of these shows, especially black shows on TV, they want to keep pushing this agenda where they want y'all to really give in and really believe that we are oppressed. Don't get me wrong. We have been through the ringer as melanated people. Hey, what's up? We have been through the ringer as melanated people. We have been treated unfairly for centuries. But the more we feed into the whole quote-unquote oppression narrative, the more we're going to keep being at the bottom. We want to be up here. Melanated people, we have greatness, and we know that. But we got to stop feeding into that whole oppression narrative that mainstream media really wants us to have in our heads. It keeps us from progressing. Yeah, they want us stuck in that energy so damn bad. And I refuse to give them that energy. And I'm going to be honest here. I used to dive into that energy. I used to be like, oh, it's so hard for me as a black. And that's the thing about it. I'm a part of 3 minority groups that's supposed to be quote unquote oppressed. I'm black, I'm a woman, and I'm a lesbian. And with all 3 of those things, I check off on the whole quote unquote oppression meter. But I'm not going to keep dwelling on that. I'm not going to keep saying, oh, it's hard for me. I'm not getting opportunities because I'm a black lesbian woman. No, I'm not getting opportunities because maybe I'm not good enough just yet. Maybe I'm lacking something. That's why I'm not getting those opportunities. Not because I'm a black lesbian woman. I'm not getting those opportunities because there's some things I need to work on. My skills just might not be up to par. We can't keep playing the quote-unquote race card, the gender card, the sexuality card. We just can't. Maybe us within ourselves got something we need to change. But for some people, playing into that whole oppression narrative is just the easier way out, because it's easier because you don't have to take accountability for what you need to work on. But yeah, I'm not feeding into that anymore. Right. You see how people are, a lot of women with this whole Megan and Tory situation are playing the gender card. Same thing when a lot of these male artists and actors and athletes get in trouble for SA. They want to play the especially the black ones. They want to play the race card. It's not always about that all the time. Now, I'm not saying that it's not that is not. Sometimes it do. Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes it could be discrimination against either of those things. But not all the time. Not all the time. They want us in that oppressive energy so we won't progress. We want to be up here. But if we keep feeding into it, we're going to keep being down here. And how are you going to say that you're for anti-racism, but yet white people are the devil? And we can't keep blaming the white man either. And we're not the only, I mean, like I said, I can't speak for other race of people. But we can't keep blaming each other for our for our struggles. It starts within the community. I want us to do better as melanated people. But it seems as if some just don't. Like I said, other ethnic groups have their own issues too. I can't speak on all these other communities. I can't. But they have their own situations too, where they are, they feel, like I said, from what I've heard from being around other people, groups of people, they have their own struggles too. They do. Well, we can't keep blaming each other for our struggles. It starts within ourselves. And then we extend that out into our community. That's all I gotta say about that. But we do gotta do better as a collective, not just we as the Black community, but us as a society as a whole. And now for my last topic of the night that I really want to bring awareness to, because this is just a damn shame. I even got notes, important keynotes I want to talk about with this. Shout out to Jada Black, because that's who I've seen this story from. And I also seen one of these stories on Nick at Night. So shout out to her too. But what's up with some of you studs, bruh? What the fuck is up with some of you studs? Are y'all out y'all everlasting minds? I got so much I want to say about this. So much. But within the last couple of months, there has been 2 significant deletions. I'm so tongue-tied. Of women who were in lesbian relationships. So, one I want to talk about, and both of these women were 31 years old. So, one situation was with a 31-year-old woman by the name of Elena Casa. Elena Casa was deleted by her girlfriend, Dominique Hardwick, who also had deleted herself after she did this. And prior to that situation, Dominique had did this with a man. She had deleted a man too. So this chick clearly has some mental instability here. And then another one that really was like, are you fucking serious? No, not freaking, fucking, are you fucking serious? Was with a woman in Atlanta by the name of Cornisha Butler. She was a mother of 4. And she was deleted by her girlfriend, Shakayla Perkins. And the reason why Shakayla Perkins deleted her was due to the fact that Cornisha decided to go back to men and date men. And she couldn't take that rejection. And here's my thoughts on all this shit. Especially for me as a stud lesbian, I definitely need to speak on this because I don't think this is right. And I got so much I want to say about this shit. To the point I'm taking my jacket off. But no, because I'm getting a little too hot. So, one thing I want to say, especially touching on Cornisha Butler's situation. And because I be seeing this type of behavior play out amongst other studs too. Not me. I can take rejection. No, seriously, I can take rejection. But I want to say this too because I have also dealt, from personal experience, I have dealt with women before that have kids. Some of them claim, oh, I'm just gay well, they claim they're gay, but 9 times out of 10, they're always going to go back to men. They just, I'm not trying to bash anyone here by saying this, but some of these chicks do be gay for pay. They do. Some of these chicks like to go gay for, not all of them, but some of them really do be going gay for pay, or because they really scorn from a man to the point that they feel like they want to run to a female for a moment, and then they go back to the man. But most of these chicks that have kids, 9 times out of 10, after they done with you, the stud, after they done with us, they go back to men. And me personally, hey, do you, baby girl? I'm not tripping. I'm not tripping at all. You know, you can just be bisexual or just gay for the moment. But at the moment, you chose me. But still, it is what it is. You gotta charge that to the game. But there is a lot of studs out there that are so fixated with turning a woman fully gay, just fully lesbian. And it's like, why do all that? She's with you for the moment. Even if it's for the moment, she chose you, right? Men are not our competition. They're really not. And a lot of men don't look at us as competition either. Well, there is some that do. Oh, trust me, I came across some very, very insecure men before. I have. Some men actually do look at us as competition, and some studs look at men as competition. But I don't look at either as competition at all. You know, I did used to have that immature mindset of, oh, you just mad because I took your chick. I mean, sometimes, yeah, some of them do be mad because you took that chick. Yeah, some of them do. Some dudes do. But also, you know, love make a lot of people do crazy things. But to kill somebody, I mean, delete somebody over that, a lot of studs really, it's some that really can't take rejection. Some can, but some can't. And a lot of them are fixated, not a lot, but it's some. I've heard it before from other studs. Some of them really do be fixated on trying to turn a woman fully gay. And just let her be, bruh. Just let her be. Just let her be. And same thing if they have a crush on a woman who happens to be straight. Let her be too. Let her go like dudes. The hell? I mean, yeah, you still can look at her and still think she's pretty. But back off. Know your boundaries. Know your boundaries when it comes to women. Period. Men and studs both need to know their boundaries when it comes to women. And then also, I'm not trying to be a dude. If I was trying to be a dude, I would have already got a sex change by now. But there are some that really do, you know, speaking from my point of view as a stud, there are some studs out here that really do want to take the place of a man. I had a ex-friend who was a stud, who, I mean, I don't know what she does now. Like, I haven't talked to her in years, but I remember she was in a situation with a woman who happened to have a kid, two at that. And I guess the girlfriend, baby father wasn't really, the child's father wasn't in their life like that, but he would pop in and out, and she had an issue with that. But at the same time, she making like, I take care of these kids, blah blah blah. I'm like, bruh, if the father wants to be in the child's life, let him be. If he's dipping in and out, that's his loss. But hey, if he's trying to make an effort, don't fight that. And a lot of studs really don't know their place when it comes to women with kids. I do. I've been in situations, like I said, I've been in situations where I dated women with kids, and all of those situations, I can honestly say that I have got along with the child's father. I have, because you're robbing the child away from having that experience with their father. And I mean, me personally, you know, I grew up with my dad. My dad was in my life, and I wouldn't want to do that to. I mean, I can't speak for other people, but for me personally, I grew up with my father. My father lived in the home. So I don't want to take that experience away from anybody. So it's like, I don't mind getting to know the child's father or being cool with him or whatever the case may be. But some studs really don't respect that shit at all. Like, you're never going to take the place of a father. You're never going to take the place of a man. And that's all I got on that. I mean, I'm not trying to promote getting a sex change or nothing, but even if you do all that, you're still not going to take the place of a man. If I'm going to be honest with you. Like, even if, just say, I could say the same about trans women. Even if you get a sex change, you're still not going to take the place of a woman. You're just not going to take the place of a man, period. And as a woman, I'm a woman first before I'm a lesbian. And I understand that clearly. And I wouldn't trade being a woman for the world. Right. I'm glad you feel me on that. I'm glad you feeling me on this. I'm glad you feeling me on this. But you studs out here wilding, bruh. If she don't want you, move the fuck on. Charge that to the game. If she gonna go back to a dude, let her go back to a dude. Charge that to the game. And move on. And heal from the situation. And don't go into another relationship being toxic. Because that's what the hell some of them do after a while. After the man leaves, after the ex leaves them for a man, they go into the next relationship acting toxic as hell. Because they didn't let that hurt go. They bitter. The ego be hurt. I had situations where after the woman dealt with me, she went back to a dude, and hey, I charged that to the game. They got married and I congratulated her. Yeah, like, they just be wilding. Like, the hell? Go as far as to let these women go. And I could say the same about men too. But as a woman, we still got that biological aspect where we're going to have those emotions as women. And like I said, love make women do crazy things. Yeah, it can happen to anybody. Men too. Men too. I mean, we hear stories about men killing deleting wives and girlfriends all the time too. But now we're starting to hear about these studs more. And, you know, the thing about it is a lot of these people, men and women both, carry a lot of trauma. Especially a lot of childhood trauma that they haven't healed from. And that's what causes a lot of them to do these crazy things. A lot of them. Because, like I said, men be deleting their girlfriends and wives too, not just studs. But yeah, what's going on with you studs out here? What is going on with you studs out here, man? And you dudes too. And then you got women that be killing dudes off. I mean, they be deleting dudes off too. Dominique Hardwick deleted a dude before she deleted her girlfriend. Both genders, all genders, are not innocent. Not one gender is more innocent than the other. Just like we always hear about sexual harassment stories from men. Women do it too. Women do it too. Women do it too. I remember I had to do an assignment, because, a disclaimer, because I don't like to talk about my life like that too much. But, okay, so I work in healthcare. And, you know, as much as, I don't down talk college or nothing like that. I had a good experience through college. I still am in college too. I have a degree. But I don't really like get on here and talk and brag about it and all of that. But yeah, I do have a degree. I'm very happy with my situation. you know, financially. Even though I'm feel like, yeah, I'm working on making it more good, but you know, I'm happy with the direction it's going in. So I'm not no broke hater when it comes to some of these people that worship these celebrities. I'm comfortable with my situation, but I'm working on getting to where I need to be. But yeah, I do have a degree, and I work in healthcare. And I for one of my assignments I had to do recently, um, it was like a HR topic. I'm giving too much away about what I mean. I don't do HR, but like I said, I work in healthcare. So when the pandemic hit and all these situations and things happening, and I spoke my piece, and you may have some that would say, "Oh, you're not qualified, bruh." Yes, the fuck I am. I work in the damn industry. I may not be a doctor, but it's not hard to do studies and research and speak from experience and working in the industry. So yeah, I can speak on this pandemic and what my thoughts on everything with it. If I would like, anybody can really, even if you're not in the industry, you can still speak on it because your health is involved. But what I got to say about that is I did an assignment where it was an HR topic, you know, where I had to talk about HR topics that kind of deals with discrimination, and I talked about sexual harassment, and I found a case of a man in Pennsylvania that sued the company back in 2017 because he was being sexually harassed by the CEO, who happens to be a woman. So yeah, women do it too. We hear about men a lot, but women do it too. No gender is safe. All of us as humans, we all have our issues. Let's put it that way. So I don't get why we have these gender wars. Now, don't get me wrong, men do it a little bit more frequently than women, but women do it too. Women sexually harass too. But yeah, that's why I don't get all these divisive tactics, all these division and wars when it comes to gender, race, sexuality. We all have our problems as humans, so I don't get why it's a war between who's the most victimized and who's the most abused and who's the abuser, who does the most abuse and all this. I don't get it. We all hurt each other, sadly. Sadly. No matter what race you are, no matter what class you are in, no matter what gender you are, no matter what your sexuality is, we all hurting each other, and we got to stop that. We got to come together as a collective now, because these reptilians are trying to get us. Some of y'all are kind of already falling a victim to the spell. Well, not most of y'all that watch these videos that I do, but you have friends and family members who go along with every agenda the mainstream media, their favorite celebrity or influencer or politician tells them. You do. We all have friends and family like that. But we do gotta stop trying to wake them up. It's like beating a dead horse at this point. Yeah, it's time for everybody to step up and play their part. It is, but within the next couple years, a lot is coming out. Especially, like I said, especially about them Tyson Mayweather jabs, because a lot of our friends and family members took that shit blindly. Some of them knew that. Some of them didn't want to take it. A lot of people felt forced into doing that. They had to do it for their jobs, and you know, I'm not judging anyone that had to do that for your job, because a lot of people are not in that situation. Yeah, it is. It's gonna be crazy next year. But if you focus on you, it's going to be a good year for you. If you focus on you, it's going to be a good year for you. But a lot of things are going to come out about that situation. Like some of our friends and family members didn't want to take it because, you know, some people know or in the know, but their jobs were that much in jeopardy. A lot of people, so you may say, oh, but I had to quit my job. You just don't have the willpower. It's easy to say things like that. Or I did a religious exemption and you just didn't fight harder. It's easy to say that. But some people really wasn't in that mode. You know, they didn't financially set up to do that. Or may not have a stable place to stay if they quit their job. And I hope this taught people a lesson to create your own stream of income. Just in case your main job want to pull some bullshit like that. I know it taught me that. I got an exemption. Religious purposes. But at the same time, you know, it's connected to blood clots. And a little background about my medical history. I had a situation years ago where my platelet count dropped. So getting that shot would have been deadly, according to what's been coming out about it. So I'm glad I listened to my intuition, and I don't regret it at all. But I do have friends and family members who tell me they regret it. I feel bad for them. I do. I truly do feel bad for them. But at the same time, yeah, you know, I'm going to be honest here. I know it's been some things floating around in the conspiracy world about how they're going to need our pure blood in a few years or so. And I'm not saying that's going to happen, but if it does, I'm going to roll up my sleeves for my family and friends. I am. I'm going to roll up my sleeves for them. I will. And if they got a microchip that's connected to the satellite that's going to lift them up and magnetize them, I'm going to stop the force fields. I'm going to stop the force fields. But, yeah, a lot of people were tricked into it. Some people just blindly did it. Some people felt, because let's be honest here, they were extorting us. Well, they didn't. They tried me. Like I said, I did the exemption thing. But a lot of people, I remember one person really went as far as to say that they felt extorted, which is what they were doing to most of us. Well, not me, but they were trying with me. But a lot of people felt tricked into this. They felt forced into this. And never make decisions out of fear, because in the end, you will always regret it. Like I said, I hope that a lot of people took this situation, especially if you were one of those people that got the Mayweather Tyson jab, and you are in the know of this stuff. And if you are feeling like, you know, regret it, don't regret it. You had to do what you had to do. Don't regret it. However, take this as a lesson. Focus on yourself and put in that work to create multiple streams of income, so that way you can always have something to fall back on when that main job trips on you like this. Because I do believe that they're going to pull some shit like this in a few years or whenever. They testing the waters to see what goes on. And then you got those that were dumb enough to do it just to go to some damn concert to see some of these satanic celebrities. I don't feel sorry for them. Well, no, I'm going to tell you who I don't feel sorry for. I don't feel sorry for those who were shaming people, wishing death on people for not getting the Mayweather Tyson jab. You get what you fucking deserve if something happened. I mean, I shouldn't even say that. Ooh, look, I'm working on myself, y'all. I'm working on myself. I'm no better than them by saying that. So my bad for that. But I don't feel sorry for them motherfuckers. I don't. I don't. I don't feel sorry for them. I feel sorry for the ones who truly care, who truly feel played, and who are just good people. Because those that's out here wishing death and wishing harm and venom on people for not getting it, you're not a good person at all. And you need some help. That's probably why you go along with every agenda. Because you don't know your fucking self. You're operating in MK Ultra mode. You're pretty much a puppet. You're a useful idiot to the system, pretty much. At one point in time, no, we all were. But some of us chose to wake up. We were all useful idiots to the system at one point. Yeah, stupid shit like that. I don't feel sorry for them. I mean, in a way, well, no. I just don't. If you really, and then you guys, I heard that somebody said they got vaccinated because they felt left out. What? You should want to be like the rest of these bots in this matrix. I know I don't. Yeah, people was getting that just. Now you got those who were so scared into fear. Especially the boomers. You know, the program is longer engraved into the boomers' mind. So the boomers rushed and got them shots. But yeah, I don't feel sorry for those who was out here shaming people for that shit. I don't. If you want us to feel sorry for you, if you're looking for sympathy from me, you're not getting it. Yeah, they get and they got enough to be putting that in their profile, vaxxed and boosted. Like, who gives a crap? I can say the same thing for those who put I'm unvaccinated in my bio too, because who really gives a crap? Who does? Who does? Like, and yeah, I have been on some dates too when chicks was asking me, are you vaccinated? And I said no. And I said that too. I said no, just like this. And they was like, okay. Some of them were, some of them weren't. But look, I stand on what I did, and I have no regrets at all. And I asked some of these chicks, do you regret it? Some of them said they were forced into it, so yeah. And some of them said, well, I did it for, you may have some people who have sickly loved ones, and they felt like they was doing the right thing. You see how they was tricking people with the propaganda here? They're just tricking people with the propaganda. But will never admit something, a lot of people are having a lot of health complications from these jabs. And they're not going to admit that. I mean, they're starting to admit that. But a lot of people are not going to admit, a lot of people in our everyday lives are not going to admit that they starting to see some effects. They may chalk that up as, oh, my body is changing. Oh, yeah, your body is changing. Because that's a DNA altering jab. I'm starting to believe those theories. No, ain't no starting. I always believe those theories. A lot of stuff coming out about this. And people I don't think people in our everyday lives, some people are not going to admit that. Well, I had a friend that did admit that, some that got it that did admit, like, some people are actually, I wouldn't necessarily say taking accountability, but more so like the ones that got, some people in my life that got them knows like what the hell is going on. And they feel so deep, and I feel so sorry for them. And that's why I'm going to roll up my sleeves for them. If the time comes for them to get my blood. Yeah, I'm going to roll up my sleeves for my family members. I sure am. They can get my pure blood any day of the week. I don't mean to say it like that, but you know what I mean. Like, I feel bad for them. I do. I'm going to roll up my sleeves for my family members and friends. a lot of them do regret it, and I feel bad for them. I just don't feel bad for those that just blindly did it and did it for a vacation and did it for a concert. Of all things, a fucking concert to see a MK Ultra puppet. Yeah, celebrity worship got a lot of people by the chokehold. Like, I ain't pressed to see these puppets in concert anymore or anything like that. I'm not saying don't go to concerts. Personally, me, I wouldn't go to them. Now, if I may have a significant other or a friend, or a friend that may invite me, I may think about it depending on the artist. I don't know. I probably won't. I'm not saying don't go to the concerts, but if you're gonna go see these mainstream artists in concert, at least do some cleansing before you go and after. Like, turn on some energy cleansing music when you're in the car. Yeah, it's gonna be 10 years, 20 years. We're gonna be seeing them commercials like, do you have a loved one who took the Mayweather Tyson jab? We're gonna be seeing them commercials in some years from now. Trust me. And it's gonna be plenty of my loved ones that I know that took that Tyson Mayweather jab. But like I said, I'm gonna give them my blood if they need it. Y'all sure am. I love my family and friends. I do. So I'm gonna give them my Mayweather. I'm not getting no Mayweather Tyson jab for them. And it's crazy how some of these jobs are still asking for that shit. The government is still, like, government jobs are still asking for that. I wonder how long. I honestly think that they might stop asking for it next year. Officially, like, okay, take it. I mean, a lot of jobs really did drop the mandate, but it won't fully be dropped 100% probably till the end of next year. The government always wants somebody to do some shit if you gotta work for them. They always want you to do some shit if you gotta work for them. But I'm gonna give you some heads up. If you're gonna work, I mean, government jobs do give you the money, but if you're gonna work for a government or be in association with the government, do it through a contractor. Do it through a firm. Do it through a firm or a contractor. That's all I got for y'all. Do it for that. Do it through that. You'll still make that money. You'll still see that type of, if you want to see that type, well, for one, you shouldn't even value the money. But I get it, though. Especially if you have some goals you want to set and achieve and create your multiple stream of income, that I can see you reaching for those type of jobs. Just to exploit the 9-to-5 pretty much. If you got a government job, exploit that shit. Take the money you make from that, save that, put some investments towards you for the side, start that business. And when you get enough money, quit on them. Flex on them. Yeah, do that. Quit on them. Flex on them. That's what I'm doing with mine. That's what I'm doing with mine. Yeah, you gotta exploit the 9-to-5 job. Like, look. Yeah, you gotta you gotta exploit the 9-to-5 job. But yeah, look. If you want to make a certain type of money to invest, and if you want to move up the ladder a little bit, go ahead and do that. Me personally, I ain't trying to look at the CEO's face every damn day. I want to be able, like, if the job is on some bullshit, like, you know, asking for you to get that Mayweather Tyson jab, I want to be able to say, I don't need this shit. I have 2 jobs. Like Rochelle, if everybody hates Chris. No, seriously. Or I have other streams of income, or you get what I'm saying. Use that 9-to-5 job to create that multiple stream of income. And when they tripping on some BS, you can be able to be free to quit or resign. But yeah, if you want to make enough money to invest, it's okay to move up the ladder a bit. And if you want to get a government job to do so, exploit that shit. But stack your money, save, invest, flip it, start your business. And then if you see the growth that you see in your finances within 5 years, or if you just like doing that job for fun, you know, if you want to focus on your other stream of income and quit that job, go ahead and do it. Or if you just like doing that job for fun, or if you want to go into another career or another job that you really wanted to do, but that it wasn't making that bread that you want to see, you can go back to that job because you had that other stream of income that you got. Well, yeah, use government jobs for the time being to get to where you need financially. And then when you want to do that job that you really want to do, or start that business that you really want to start, and you have the funds to do it, do it. If you see growth in that side business, go ahead and leave it. Go ahead and leave it. But yeah, the government always want us to do some shit. But that's all I got for tonight. I will be putting timestamps on these videos. I hope you guys enjoy if you celebrate the holidays or if you don't. Personally, me, when it comes to the holidays, I know the meaning behind these holidays, like Christmas, for instance, but I use this time of year to spend time with my family. You know, kick back and chill and enjoy the festivities. But yeah, that's all I got about the holidays. But have a Merry Christmas if you celebrate it. Enjoy your holidays. I probably won't be making another video until the new year, but I will be wishing you guys a happy new year on the community tab. You too. You have a good holiday. And thank you guys. I mean, even if it's 1 or 2 people in this live, at least you came here to see me. One of these days, maybe it'll be like 30 people. Who knows? I mean, it'll be dope, but I'm not trying to be a big YouTuber like that. Like, I like having this small space to just come here and talk my shit sometimes. But yeah, see you guys in the next video. See you guys in the new year. Be safe out there. Protect your energy. Peace.